I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
Hey there, everybody. I was not expecting the camera to change like that. Like how it just did. But since it did, it is my job and my civic duty to welcome you to episode 129. Yes, 129 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is IRG, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. Jared, happy Saturday. And Jared's very happy over there. Okay. He's somewhat happy, but somewhat is better than not happy at all. Hell yeah.
That's
because
the intro, outro from now on.
That's how we get down here in the show. We're rolling. And, you know, I want to tell you something, Jared. You know, I know I was talking to you before the show started.
A lot.
I was obviously pouring my fucking heart out to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're my friend. We were talking about what great friends do last week. And you know what we're going to talk about this week? The fact that I'm wearing this burglarious turtleneck
You
again.
do look like you're about to go rob a jewelry store.
Well, that's what the watch is for, folks. And just to verify to everybody, it is not a Rolly. It is a nice watch. I will not say the brand, but I do have to fix the time on it. I got I'm fucking up.
I thought you already fixed the time on it.
No, I fixed the battery, and then, I don't know, something happened. I think I was
You can literally fix the time right now.
I will after the show. I know how watches work.
I don't know.
I do.
Okay.
So, real quick, hold on. I'm going to take my headset off for a second. And
You finally got a stylish fucking haircut.
And then I'm going to, for your pleasure,
Should have
sir.
lost the goatee. I told you that already.
No, I like my goatee too much. I'm going to take my glasses off.
You look like fucking Tony Stark right now.
I got a haircut. And I look handsome.
Fucking Tony Stark over here.
Put the camera back on me. Yeah, there we go. See, I look handsome. I am handsome. I've always been handsome. But now I look more handsome than I did before.
Okay, so the thing is, you got to maintain it.
Oh, well, that's the idea, sir.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the idea.
We shall see.
If I look homeless in a week, I'm going to blame Jared.
No, you're not going to blame me because I have reasons for why I don't get hair. I don't have to go too many places, so I don't need to get a haircut all the time.
This is true. So I got with the old saying, if you can't beat them, join them.
You can beat me?
No. I mean, I meant at work because everybody at work like styles their hair and does this. And you know me and the way my hair looks.
Because they're professionals.
I'm a professional.
And now you're acting like one.
Putting my glasses back on. Let me tell you something, man. When I walked into work after getting my fresh cut, all right, and here, let me put my headset back on so I'm not being overly loud. Bear with me, folks. I already knew somebody was going to say something. Man, not only did one person say something, everybody said something.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Because when you don't get a haircut on, or you don't maintain your hair, let's just say, I don't want to say maintain.
No, I mean, I think
if you don't groom yourself properly on a regular basis.
Okay, that's better. That's better. You're right. And I walked in, and you know what's crazy? My boss walked up to me. He was like, RJ, I like your hair. And I was like, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. He said, you're welcome. And then he walked away because he was doing his job and all this other stuff. Then I went into his office later because I had to ask him like a question about something. And he said, hey, man, I really like your hair. He said it to me twice.
Yep.
And then I walked into the shop. Shout out to those guys. And I heard, yo, what the fuck? You know. And then a gentleman approached me, looked me dead in my face. He said, yo, who cuts your fucking hair? I said, don't worry about it. He said, well, you look ugly. And I was like, oh, you must like it. And he's like, I do. Which was kind of crazy.
That proves our point
yeah,
about people saying the opposite of what they really think.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. Like, I get it. And then the worst part was I had to walk out into the lane, and that's when I knew I was really going to get it.
The fucking text ain't gonna get your ass,
Yeah,
bro.
so I walked into the lane, and a good friend of mine walked up to me. He said, "Sir, is it your first day?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, and you're Mr. Steinbacher?" I said, "I am." He said, "Nice to meet you." And then, he's fucking goofing with me. And then the gentleman who was always asking me to get my hair cut because he's a great guy comes up to me. He slaps the living shit out of my chest. He said, "You look nice." And
Good
then he
on
said-
you, mate.
And he said, "There you go." And then he went back to work, and he, didn't bother me. So, and you know what's crazy, man? I am not against grooming myself, okay?
First of all, I want to let everybody know this is the opposite RJ that I just got, like, fucking half an hour before we started the show. Or 30 minutes before us starting the show.
Well, I was telling you my feelings. I'm telling you my feelings.
Yeah, now he's a whole different person.
We're doing a show. It's
Okay.
entertainment.
Yeah, there you go. See?
I don't want to be sad on the show.
Professional.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Jared, for the first time in my life, this is the only time you're going to hear me say this. You are correct, sir. All right?
No, that's not the only time.
No. So I feel good. And so the next thing is I go out to the bar. I walk in. Holy shit, I like your hair. Everybody. It's fucking everybody. And it was cool. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
First of all, you know what? I'm gonna take credit. I'm taking credit for this shit because I fucking know for a fact on this show. I don't know what episode it was, but I was like, you need to go get a style. Some kind of style.
No. You're right.
And
You're absolutely correct.
matter of fact, somebody commented on the. I forgot what they were saying, but you kept coming back with the Me, Myself, and Irene joint. And I'm like, bruh, that ain't working.
No, I know. And again, like what I was gonna say is, put it this way, I haven't styled my hair since high school. I used to do the gel and all that stuff, but I got older. Obviously, I started working my old job, and it's not that I didn't care. It's like it wasn't necessary. Okay, and after so long, I'm like my dad. Okay, my dad was born in the 50s, grew up in the 60s and 70s and the 80s and all that. But dude, my dad had a mullet, for crying out loud. All right, and for those who don't know what a mullet is,
Oh my God, we know what a mullet is.
yeah, okay, so all right, so my point is like he always cut it, but I'm like him. He would cut it maybe once a month, and I mean his didn't get out of control like my hair does. Okay,
Yep.
he'd cut it maybe once or twice a month, and he would only trim it or clip it. And I've just always kind of, as I've gotten older, it's like it's my hair. Like yeah, you're right. You have to look approachable.
It makes you like when you get a fresh fucking haircut. Like I know when I step out of the motherfucker. The barber chair, I'm like, oh, I'm a whole different motherfucker right now.
Big dick energy was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously.
But you also just not just on your hair, you got to maintain the beard area.
Yeah, no, I know.
You've been slacking the last couple of days, I can see.
Yeah. I've been trimming it. I don't want to trim it down too much because I've been
not
out.
that. I'm talking about the side.
The sides?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I shaved the other day, but it grows back kind of fast.
Other day. I shave, even though I don't have like a lot, I fucking shave every day. Especially if I'm going out, I pretty much shave.
I worry, and I don't like to say that because I'm like I feel like if I shave every day because I have before, it kind of beats my skin up a little bit. So I try to do it like maybe every 2 to 3 days if I'm not trying to grow like a shadow. And I know this is growing back a little bit, but it grows quickly. I just don't want to tear my skin up. That's all it is. I mean, honestly. But yeah,
it's actually good for your skin. Is what you're doing is you're taping. I mean, you don't gotta dig down into your fucking.
No.
But what it does is it takes like that top layer of like bullshit off.
Yeah.
So it helps clean your pores and your skin. So
no. That's why you have that fresh, clean look when you're done with it. So, but
exfoliated. That's what it does.
But big thank you to all 187 people that complimented my haircut. Thank you.
And he wrote it down, so he's going to get you guys all $100 each.
That is when I am 56, and we are famous, and all 56? That other shit.
God damn.
Well, I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there. My bad. When I'm 34, which I'll be 34 this year, so there we go. Here. Positive energy, vibes.
So everybody who said that RJ has a nice haircut, is going to get $100 from RJ. So make sure you let him know.
Yeah, please let me know because I will forget your punk ass at some
And
point.
he's
in
going to
time.
give you $100 on the spot.
I will produce it in some way, shape, or form. Well, I'm wearing my burglar uniform today, so I mean, I might as well just take all I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool. Like I feel nice. I don't know what else to say. You know, I've got my watch on. I don't know. I think it's happening. I think I'm finally growing up. It's only taken me 33 years, but you know, better now than never, right?
I haven't grown up.
Well, it depends on what it
I
is.
refuse. But
It depends on what it is. But speaking of growing up, let me tell you something, man. And it is the most wonderful time of the year for people like myself.
it is not Christmas.
Oh, it's fucking Christmas. Do you know what it is, Jared? And I
What?
know you know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight
Oh, my God.
is WrestleMania. I am so excited. It's just a few short hours away here. I want to tell you something.
And here's Jared's reaction.
That's because Jared has no taste in entertainment, but that's okay.
Oh, please.
Oh, my God. So I want to really speak
No
on something
taste in
real.
entertainment, this guy.
Oh, shut up. I
How
know.
dare you.
I know. There are certain times. So last night, and everybody, if you know me personally, you know I'm a diehard wrestling fan. Everybody knows The Undertaker is by far my favorite wrestler of all time. And you know, it's hard because you got Stone Cold, you have so many names up there. But as I've gotten older and Taker is still wrestling 3 decades, 3 different generations, he's always there, always performing at a high level. He's the dead man. I mean, there's no character like him. There will never be another one like him. And he's unique. His Hall of Fame speech was last night.
He's still not The Rock.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
And I bet you The Rock would say differently. I'm just telling you that right now.
Of course he would, but that's just him.
Yeah, the buddy system. I get it. But so when I got off work a little earlier today, I missed the Hall of Fame speech last night because I was out blind in one eye. So I watched it before the show, and it was it's a phenomenal speech. It's probably 50 minutes long. And I was literally glued to my phone. One, because it's not about being a wrestling fan. It's about finally seeing the guy behind the black jacket and the hat and, like, where his head is and where he comes from and all that. And it was fucking awesome, man. It was literally awesome. And when he came out, he was inducted by Vince McMahon himself, okay? And Vince McMahon has only inducted 2 other people into the Hall of Fame, okay? That is the great Stone Cold Steve Austin, who will be in the main event of WrestleMania tonight. I can't believe I'm saying that. I am super stoked to see that. And then Donald Trump before the politics, because I guess they're lifelong friends and, you know, all that.
he was there. I remember seeing him way back in the day.
Yeah.
On,
Donald Trump actually got a Stone Cold Stunner once.
I know.
So,
I've seen it.
Yeah, so that's you know, throwing that out
Come on,
there.
bro. Come on,
But all right. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Oh, you're trying.
I'm not trying. I'm
You're
doing.
trying my patience. That's what you're trying.
I think I do that every day and every time we speak. And while I'm speaking to you as a friend indirectly, I'm sorry for abandoning you at the bar last week.
You did that twice this week
What was
or
it?
last week.
Oh, the other night I was high as a motherfucker, dude.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I dude.
Anyway,
No, but I made a phone call and I was talking to somebody and I was like, you know what? If I go back in, it's gonna be a problem. So that's why I just left.
oh,
Because I just knew I was done. But anyway, back to the speech. It was so he comes out. Vince McMahon introduces him, and for a good 10 minutes he wasn't allowed to talk because the crowd was going fucking nuts. And it was just cool to see one of my childhood heroes finally get his flowers and speak. It was just cool as a diehard fan. Like, I know a lot of people might not get that. I know certain people will. But, you know, The Undertaker is synonymous with not only professional wrestling, but WrestleMania, you know, being 25-2. Unfortunately, I don't think he should have ever lost, but, that's out of my hands. Because the streak before Brock Lesnar broke it back in 2014, I didn't eat for 2 days after that because I was sick as a fan. I did eat, but I just couldn't stomach the fact that I actually witnessed that because I never thought it would happen. It's one of those, I'm telling you right now, Jared, it is legitimately the most shocking thing I have ever seen as a wrestling fan. I've seen all of it. All of it. I saw Mick Foley get tossed off the top of a Hell in a Cell. I saw Bill Goldberg lose here in D.C.
Question.
Yeah.
Isn't that already determined before they even get in the ring?
It is. But I think what happens is, what does happen is wrestling is obviously entertainment, okay?
No, I get all that. I'm not getting into the validity of it. I'm just saying, like, to be upset about something that was predetermined, I don't, that's the disconnect for me.
So, okay, I understand that, but where I'm coming from as a fan who obviously as a kid growing up into my teens and all that, and I know you've watched. I know like you don't watch it anymore, and you were like we were all fans. We're all fans.
Yeah.
But I think if you go 21 consecutive years without losing, even though it's predetermined and all that stuff, like it's a focal point of this character in wrestling. It is like the thing. I mean, dude, Wrestlemania is about moments. It is about, it's about grand moments. And I know I
understand that, but that's not reality.
It's not reality, but it's.
And I don't think you should be teaching kids that you are perfect at everything.
No, and he had a very legitimate reason for losing, and I respect it. But as a fan, nobody wants to see that. I mean, dude, you've been doing this for 30 years. You've gone on this long. Put it this way, every time he got, like, in the later in his career, him and Shawn Michaels have the greatest wrestling match I think I've ever witnessed at WrestleMania 25 when he beat him and he went 17-0. The older he got and the more the number got higher at Mania, it was that much more important. It's not about the win-loss record. I mean, it was, but it's about the story behind it. The man is still wrestling. He's outlasted all of our favorites. All of them. Every single one of them. He has outlasted Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan,
okay. Let me stop you there. Yes, he outlasted him, but those other people you just named were also doing other things.
That's fine. I get that.
Like The Rock, for one, obviously the biggest wrestler as far as draw, not in the I'm talking about in the world.
No, I agree that, like, currently, yeah. I mean, he's one of the, I think he's the top paid actor in the world. Is that not correct?
Pretty close.
No, it
was one other person for a while. Oh, wait, no, he wasn't.
So I guess what it was for me is just, the fan in me. It's like, you always want it to be close to losing it, but him coming back and winning it. And when he lost, I simply could not believe it, dude. Like, legitimately.
I mean,
I've seen it all.
Shit happens.
It's cool, but to your credit, you know, it's not about being perfect. He is. I don't know him. I just go off of.
Thank you. You act like you know.
Well, because I'm a fan. That's why. All right.
Fanatic.
That's a short term for it, so that's okay. He basically said, "Hey, this business has given me so much. I want to be able to give back to it." Because that's the old school mentality of wrestling. If you're a diehard, fanatic like myself, and I'll never like it. I refuse to watch it again. But it is what it is. But the fan in me wishes he retired undefeated at WrestleMania. He should be 27-0, in my opinion. But that's okay. But his speech was awesome. I think, honestly, man, I think you would really like it because he talks about a lot of growth.
I'm telling you right now.
I know you're not going to watch it.
I'm not interested at all.
That's fine.
Because I didn't even watch the podcast when he was on Joe Rogan. It's not that I don't like The Undertaker. He's one of my favorite wrestlers also, but it's just I'm not deep enough.
No, and that's fine.
Like, I don't have the feeling.
No, and I know that. But it's like, this time of the year, Mania, it's just a big part of my life. It's a big part of my childhood. Dude, I could not watch wrestling 6 months out of the year. I mean, I still, check up highlights and stuff because I do very rarely watch now big events, of course, because I still know what's going on. But it's WrestleMania. Like, I don't miss it for anything. I don't think I've missed WrestleMania in probably close to 20 years, dude, honestly. It's the moment. It's like the season finale. You know what I mean? Like, where all the big moments happen, the up-and-coming stars get their moment, the crowd's into it, the energy's real. It's a spectacle. That's why they call it the grandest stage of them all, and it's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and I just think it's fucking awesome. So I know he'll never watch a show or anything like that, but thank you to the dead man for all those years of just being super badass. I just absolutely love it. I love it. So another thing I wanted to ask you.
Are we done with wrestling?
Yeah, we're done.
The universe.
The universe, okay. The WWE universe.
No.
Okay, so see, you're not going to win today, sir. But that's okay. What I wanted to ask you, and I was thinking about it a little bit this, obviously this week, with it being on the news and all, and this and that. I know we're kind of like a week out from it. What did you think about the whole Will Smith, Chris? I know, but I just, I had to bring it up, man.
Let's put it this way.
I know it's gossip.
Let's put it this way. How much did you see me posting about that shit?
Nothing.
It was the one thing that I did post, but I didn't mention nobody's name or nothing like that.
No, that's fine. I get it. I mean, I was only sharing memes with the guys, but I didn't post anything on social media.
Look. We talked about this before. I don't really pay attention to celebrity shit because what they do doesn't affect me. I will say at first, because I've told you the story about me meeting Chris Rock before, and how like I stopped watching all his shit because of the way he kind of came off to me that time. I mean, it could have been how he was feeling that day, whatever. So at first I was like, oh, well, maybe he deserved it or some shit. And I didn't see it in real time. I didn't even know the Oscars was on until somebody told me.
You know, it's crazy. I didn't know it was on until my mom had it on, to be honest with you.
I didn't know it was on until somebody told me that happened, which was probably like the next day or maybe it was the same night. I don't remember. But then I was just like, then I started seeing all the shit in social media, and I'm like, oh my God, let me look at this clip real quick. And then I went and saw the clip, and I was just, and then the more I thought about it, like I put shit like that to the side because it's not that important in the grand scheme of things. Then I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I'm like, wait a minute, if that was anybody else, we would have been fucking probably arrested on spot.
I 100% agree. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I'm a big Will Smith fan. I always have been since I was a kid.
I don't know if I'm that much of one anymore, but I mean, I will. Right, like I don't care. People were trying to justify it to me. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, man. No, but that's why I brought it up.
If I don't say what I got to say, then I won't remember what I say. People were telling me, and I was like, well, yeah, he deserved it. He shouldn't have said this and should have said that. He's a fucking comedian.
I agree.
And
that's why I wanted to bring it up with you, honestly.
He was there to do, the job was to fucking roast the stars in the audience.
I mean, shit, dude.
The fucking comment wasn't even that bad.
I don't think so.
He even said on stage it wasn't that bad. He was like, it was very, like, that was nice. He was like, that was nice or whatever. So then everybody starts coming out, oh, well, the reason he got so upset is because Jada has alopecia and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, and this guy's supposed to know that while he's on stage? He, like, stars do crazier shit like shave their head.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I didn't know she had that until after the fact either, to be honest with you. Because nobody.
To be honest, I don't believe it. But it is what it is. She might. I know a couple people who have alopecia, and they don't have any hair whatsoever, like on their body at all.
Okay.
But
I'll be upfront with you. I didn't know what it was until this.
It's a disease or whatever. I don't know if it's necessarily a disease. It's a condition, I guess. Man, fucking forgot what I was gonna say. See, if I'm in a stream of thought, you can't cut me off.
All right, my bad. Yeah, my bad, man. No, what I want to say is I actually, because I agree with you, because as we're all fans of entertainment in one way or another, whether it's comedy, movies, music, blah blah blah, books, whatever. Books are cool.
This guy says books.
Yeah,
you don't fucking read books, but go ahead.
You know what? You're kind of right. So anyway, excuse me, folks.
That was him smoking a bowl.
Oh man, did I? Anyway, I was very disappointed in it. Like, yeah, you can take the route of like, yeah, he's defending his woman and this, and that, and it's like,
and that's to me, that's the most virtue signaling take on it to me. Like, everybody was like, "Well, you got to stand up for your wife." That's an unwritten rule, bro. Like, we know that. Well, don't fucking sit here and tell me you're gonna fucking go smack somebody in the middle of a fucking award show where you're supposed to act civilized. And on top of that, for me, the other thing that pissed me off is it was two black men doing it in front of the fucking world.
I wanted to touch on that. Yep.
And when shit like that's what pissed me off the most about the entire situation. I'm like, bro, they already fucking look at us a certain fucking way, and you want to sit here and do some dumb shit like that? Like, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. You might, okay, we all go through shit, you know what I'm saying? And we have mental breakdowns or whatever, but it was just too much for me to be like the comedian thing, the black male thing, and just how to act in public thing are the three things. That's three strikes, bro. I like that as I thought about it over and over again, I was more pissed about those three things than anything else.
And it's crazy. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put out an extensive quote. One that I obviously can't say word for word, but was basically touching on what you just said. And again, dude, look, man, I've been a fan of Will Smith since I was a kid. He's always been a good dude.
That's not how you think there's a new. There was two different Vivians.
Well, I know that. No, I'm aware. But from a entertainment aspect, like I've always enjoyed his work, even if it's not the best. I'm just a fan of his. And when I saw it, because obviously I didn't see it live either. I'm not watching the Oscars. I'm fucking playing Xbox, and then it, obviously the internet, which is savage, by the way. The memes were, good Lord. But that's what happens, dude. And I was more disappointed because you're right. Like, defending your woman is obviously an unwritten rule. And then obviously it goes into, and we don't know these people. I mean, we're kind of gossiping, if anything, which is fine. I guess we can get away with it every now and then.
Gossiping is our take on the situation.
I guess they have this open marriage, and she was with, all that other shit. And it's like, you know what, dude? Like, why the fuck did you do that? And dude, Chris Rock, I feel like Chris Rock should have punched him in the face, to be honest with you. However, I'm
torn on that. Yeah. Also, because for me, it goes back to knowing how to act in public. Because I was having this discussion with somebody else, and they were like, "Well, if this happened and then this happened, what would you do?" I would hit him. Well, it's the exact same thing. Not really, because we're not in front of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In tuxedos.
Yeah.
Fucking like getting awards and shit.
Yeah.
So it's not to say you can't put me and this person into that situation and wonder how we would act.
Yeah.
Normally, you know what I'm saying?
And it's and the crazier thing, I won't even say it's crazier, dude. Then Will Smith, he sat back down, he yelled at him, and Chris Rock continued to do the show as a professional because again the world is watching, and he even said, "Hey, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me," and Will Smith actually won an award, like
I think it was Best Actor.
Best Actor,
I think
I believe it was for King Richard.
I have not seen.
For Venus and Serena Williams and, their father and grown up and, becoming the
superstars. Nobody saw it.
I think, I think like one or two people I know saw it. They said it was good,
I didn't see it. I'll pass. He likes to do biopics.
It's crazy. You're right. Like, he does a lot of that stuff. Did you like Ali at all?
Ali was okay.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, maybe I told you this before. Like, yeah, I told you this because I've never seen Ray, and you were like, "You've never seen Ray? It's a good movie." I'm like, I get it, but I just don't do biopics that well.
No, and
I'd rather see a documentary with real footage of the person than.
I think that's actually very fair, like in terms of the way you're looking at it. But I was in high school when Ray came out, so and I'm a movie buff. Everybody's raving about it, so I watched it. I enjoyed it, but I kind of agree with you. If you're gonna It's like shit. They're doing a whole thing on the Tiger King now. There's like a whole series that's no, hold on.
I'm not watching that shit either.
No, I'm not watching it. What I'm saying is they took what Netflix did with that show, like the reality of it. Now they're actually making like not a parody, but like a spin-off of it, like with actors. Like
that's a parody.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a parody. But it's like, why are you doing that? This shit was only like 2 years ago. It's not necessary. And then they're like, the story that you've never seen. What do you mean? These are actors. Like, what are you going to do that we haven't already seen on the actual documentary? Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was disappointed to say the least, just with the whole situation. And that's why I wanted to bring it up because I know, you obviously do comedy and we talk about it on the show all the time. We laugh, we goof, we poke fun at one another. And then, Will Smith, of all people, just gets up and just slaps the shit out of somebody. It's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And it's like, oh, you're disrespecting my wife. It's like, no, man, doesn't your wife disrespect you, dude?
Well, we can't even get into all that because...
We don't know, but it just stinks, man. Like, the whole situation sucks, and I 100% agree.
I saw somewhere, someone was talking about it. Can't remember who it was now, but they were saying that... that was like the final straw for like whatever he wasn't smacking Chris Rock. He was smacking her.
You know what's and I agree with that too, man, because we've men's mental health and we talk about it all the time. Obviously several months ago when they did the little red table thing and they have the meme of him crying when she's like admitting like, oh, like I slept with a younger man.
That dude's a crier.
I think he has good fucking reason to cry, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and then you go on stage and when you get your award and you apologize to the Academy and people in the audience, but you don't apologize to the person you assaulted.
Yeah, no. And you know what that did? And I'm sure you saw it, is Chris Rock's tickets for his shows skyrocketed. And apparently the first show he did maybe like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Dude, he got like a standing ovation for like 10 minutes.
Is that real? Because I saw it looked like it was something that somebody just made up.
I mean, it's possible, but I just read it.
Because his tickets are pretty, I know when I was looking for, what was it, Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan, I mean, it's two at the same time. When I was looking for their tickets were like $200-$300 too. So, like, when you're at that level, you're paying that much to see these people.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm just going off of what I read. It can't, it might not be true. At the end of the day,
I don't know. I don't see Chris Rock's tickets being $37. He's too big of an act for that.
Yeah, so maybe it depends on where he's performing. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not
still $37. I mean, I don't know, but it just again back to the
that was somebody twisting information because
probably
like if you're going to I don't know, like the comedy, like if he shows up at the Comedy Store one night, he's gonna get paid just for showing up there, if he even asked for pay. But so he probably, when people paid that $37 to get into that particular comedy club, then yeah, that's it. But then if you go to an arena or to a theater to see him, he's making those prices, not the people at the door. So they could be conflating information. But
I actually didn't know that, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. So
that's why they tour.
But what you were saying is like he was slapping her instead of Chris Rock. I'm like, dude, honestly, I 100% agree with that, man. Because, you know, we do the show. We're known locally. You know, obviously we have viewers and listeners from all over.
Very locally.
You know, it's fine. No problem. No problem. You know, we don't know what it's like to be obviously globally known for more than half your life, and people are always in your business and want to know this, and that. Like, yeah, I mean, not just like
that's the other thing. A lot of, and I actually had this theory a while back, just seeing all the crazy stuff that just different celebrities have done recently, the Kim, Kanye, and Pete Davidson stuff that's going on. I thought about it like this. These people, when COVID happened, all the attention that these people were getting on a regular basis was completely gone.
Yeah.
So they're going through their little battles, just like everybody else was going through mental and emotional battles during COVID because we didn't know what was happening and people were dying and that's that and the other thing. So they needed, and I think I said this before, they needed that crack. I gotta fucking plug this in.
Yeah, go ahead.
They needed that crack, but go back to where you said.
Yeah, so while Jared plugs the laptop in so we can continue to do the show.
You can still have your conversation without breaking the conversation.
No, I'm not. Oh, anyway, so people look, I think celebrity entertainment has always been a big part of American culture, and I'm sure, and it's everywhere over the world. I mean, you're a celebrity. You're on TV. You do music. You do movies. Blah blah blah, and whatnot. And these are when you're growing up, when you're a child, and you soak everything up like a sponge. You know, you aspire to be like some of these people. Okay, and then you get older, and then you start to realize it's like, man, like, I don't want to live like this at all. Like, I don't want people in my business 24/7.
Yeah, but a lot of them have been around it for so long, they're kind of used to it. And that was the other thing that people were talking about too, is normally you live in this world that the rest of us don't live in. Like you don't live in reality. Like you live in a bubble where you have security around you all the time and popping cameras trying to get pictures and
That would give me so much anxiety, man.
Trying to catch you at what do you think? If someone has that issue already, it exacerbates it. Kanye West, he already has those type of issues. I'm out of breath and shit.
Jared is falling over, folks.
No, I was running around and shit. Yeah, so he already has that. So the fame and everything that goes with it, the pressure to maintain that fame and to continue to be in the public eye, that shit fucking
takes a toll.
It takes a toll, and that is what I believe happened to Will Smith that night. All that shit that's been going on, like you said, and then first of all, you're sitting front row, so your head's already pumped up. You're front row at the Oscars, and I'm nominated for one of the biggest awards in the my profession.
Yeah, and
so then your head's already blown up from that shit. Like, oh, I'm sitting down front. I got my wife and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Everybody else is like, oh, he from Philly. What's that? But he's been in Hollywood for quite a long time.
Dude,
Philly's gone.
Yeah, dude, he's been shitty, man. He's been Hollywood as long as I've been a kid, dude. Mm. You know. But it's just, again, like to sum everything up, it's just disappointing. And, you know, that kind of behavior, and, you know, I'm guilty of it. I'm not saying slapping people, but, like, I had a kind of a realization last night. I was driving home safely, by the way, and I realized that there are certain things that I do in my life, and I might not think about it, and it's never my intention, but it can be toxic to other people. And
like leaving your friend at the bar.
Yeah, I did do that. I did that. You're right, but I did it with good intention. And
I'm just busting your balls. Don't slap me, okay?
No, I'm not gonna slap you. Come on now. And then you're gonna fucking break every bone in my body. And
that is correct.
yeah, well, I need those to walk into, well, be productive in general.
That's how I opened the show on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. That's how I opened the show.
What, you just slap the shit out of somebody?
No, I said the same thing I said on Facebook.
I don't blame you, dude. And fucking, being productive is important, and just in general. But I kind of had a realization, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of doing something toxic, and I don't mean to. But I realized that myself.
Exactly.
I realized, and it was kind of, it wasn't like a weird feeling. It's like, I'm always, and you know me personally, man, and I know a lot of people do. Like, I always go out with good intent. I'm good to everybody, that I meet. I shake hands with goddamn near 98% of the people that I see. You got to be humble. You got to be respectful because it goes a long way at the end of the day. I really believe that. But I have my moments in my life where obviously I'm not thinking straight or I'm not feeling a certain way. And I project that negativity onto other people that care about me. And I'm very guilty of doing that. And it was just kind of I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm really doing this. And I wasn't mad at myself or anything like that. I just kind of had to sit there and think like, oh man, I just need to do better. I just need to do better as an individual, like as a person. And I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes in the future. Like, it's not saying that it's not going to happen, but I think the biggest issue a lot of people have nowadays, whether you're friends or if you're talking to a man or a woman or whatever it is, like, well, one, communication is key, but you have to, saying sorry isn't enough. You have to realize your behavior sometimes. Like, you can be sorry a million times over, but then you end up doing it again.
Well, there's some people who aren't.
No.
Who I don't want to say aren't sorry, but they just don't have the capacity to realize, like, again, this goes back to, we talked about this before, is being self-aware. You noticing that's being self-aware. Okay. At least you analyze it and like, okay, now that I know this and I've accepted this about me, I can go about figuring out how to change it. However that is, it could be any number of things. But yeah, man, it's like there's some people who just they'll never be in the wrong.
No, and unfortunately,
in their head, I mean, not.
No. I understand what you're saying.
Not factually, yeah.
But so yeah, I after I vanished on it with you at the bar,
fucking Bruce Wayne over here.
Yeah. I went home. I came home. I went to sleep, and I woke up at 3 a.m. Okay, I'm gonna be super serious right now. I did not want to sit in my room. I did not want to sit in my house. So I got in my car and I started driving around Kingstown. All right. I was just driving around and I'm trying to just get my head together because I'm kind of sick of it, like my head not being together, because I'm Richard Steinbacher. I'm the fucking man, dude.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I've been like that too, but this definitely adds to it.
Yeah, and it's poison. It poisons your mind, especially if you do it too much, and that's another thing that I've had to realize. And as much as we may enjoy doing it on a pretty regular basis and going out and having fun with your friends, I know we had a conversation maybe, I don't even think it was like maybe a week ago. And I said, what are you doing tomorrow? And it was Thursday night. And you were like, and tomorrow was Friday. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Come on, man. It's Friday night. And you're like, you know what? Well, I'm sick of talking to drunk motherfuckers and people trying to this, and that. He said, no matter where we go, it's going to be packed. People are going to be drunk and I don't want to deal with it. And so you didn't come out that night. I went out and I'm sitting there and I thought of you. I didn't tell you this, but I thought of you, and I'm looking at all these drunk motherfuckers, dude. And I'm like, I was like, you know what, man? Jared's got a very valid ass point, because we're getting to the point in our lives where we'd rather go into a half empty bar with a ball game on, whatever it is, and just chill.
Yeah.
And then we're getting, sometimes too much shit is happening. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, you know what? You can't tolerate it after a certain point. And I get it. So anyway, so I'm driving around town and I'm just thinking to myself, and I'm just listening to whatever's on the radio and all this shit. And I stop and park. No bullshit. I'm not even up front with you. I parked behind my old job, like my old parking lot, because nobody's going to come back there. Nobody's going to bother me. And I sat there. I got out of my car. I'm just kind of, the weather wasn't too bad. I'm kind of just thinking to myself, and I'm just kind of looking around and thinking. And I wanted to say I was, I was feeling sorry for myself. I was. Because, you know what? I'm going to do you a big favor right now, Jared, because I know you always like, oh, you don't give yourself enough credit, this, and that. You're too hard on yourself. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely 100% correct. I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself, and then I thought about it, and I was like, bro, so many people, and I'll stop pointing at you, by the way.
Appreciate
that. Yeah. So many people, and I don't want to say so many, a lot of people look up to me. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm broke. People are mad at me. I'm fighting in my household. I'm not even trying to get overly personal about anything or any details. And it's like, what the fuck are these people looking up to you? Because I'm miserable right now. And I know my dad, if he was here, God rest his soul, when I was a kid and I'd be moping around the house if I didn't get my way, because, that's how kids are. That's how I was. I'd be like, hey, man, stop feeling sorry for yourself. He's like, because you're the, like, nobody cares. Like, they care about you, but nobody cares that you're feeling sorry for yourself. You're only going to hurt yourself.
Because they're feeling their own way in their head.
Yeah.
We talked about this plenty of times.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on in our brains is not what is going on in the world.
Exactly. And so I sat there for about a good hour, dude. I won't lie to you. And then my mother called me and she said, hey, where are you at? And I said, hey, I'm sitting behind my old job. I'm just kind of driving around town. She said, why don't you come home? I said, you know what? I said, I am going to come home. I was like, I'm just not ready to yet. And then I talked to my mom for about 45 minutes. And I just vented and this, and that, because I had to. I just had to. And she said, hey, everything's going to be okay. I'll be honest with you. My relationship with my mother, and all that other shit. I love my mom to death. She's the most wonderful woman in the world. She gets on my last nerve sometimes because I'm a grown man and I'm trying to live my life. But she was willing to listen to me for 45 minutes and tell me, hey, come home. We can make breakfast in a little while, blah, blah, blah. And I came home.
How long were you out?
Well, dude, I was out for, maybe about 2 hours.
It was almost breakfast time?
Well, no, she meant like later in the day, like later in the morning. Not like, no, nobody, some people make breakfast at 5 a.m. Not in this household.
Some people.
Yeah, not in this household. But I had to realize that, and I was, I'm good, man. I'm a person. I have feelings, and I'm not perfect. But I'll be damned if I get fucking let my own brain drag the greatness that I've already accomplished down into the mud, dude. And
yeah, that's a constant battle. I can tell you that right now.
It's hard.
It happens. I think I'm doing better now.
I think you're doing great, to be honest with you.
I think it's.
I told somebody that last night. I had a conversation, and they said, "Hey, how's he doing?" I said, "Honestly, I believe he's doing film."
I already know who it was.
Yeah, because he's our friend, and he loves you. And I said, "Hey," and I shit you not. You can ask. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I think he's doing great. I think he's handling things well." I said, "Shit, he's probably doing better than I am right now." And tomato.
I got a little head start.
Yeah, it's okay, but no, man, it's just I just get sick of a ton of shit, dude. I get sick of people being not even phony, just.
Oh no, there's a lot of that.
There's a ton of it, but at the same time, it's like, man, why do I care, RJ? Like, why does that make you mad? Well, you shouldn't do that. But at the end of the day, I know I'm living my life. I'm doing what I have to do. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my fridge. I take care of my family, and I do a damn good job of it. And even though I get miserable sometimes, it's like I forget the simple shit, man. It's like, dude, I have nothing to be ashamed of, dude. Like, I have nothing. And yet some days I wake up and I'm miserable because it's like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Or I want this and I want that. And I can't fucking get it, and it drives me.
Yeah, that's the what do they call it? look into the future too much.
Yeah, but I think what it is I'm at a point in my life where I want to get ahead. I would like to do my own thing eventually, but it's like, you know what, man? Take a chill pill, dude. Like,
Yeah, you got to take. That's why I think, and I'm lazy with it, but I think that's why meditation is good, because it brings you back. I feel like I'm saying the same shit every week, but
it's okay.
It brings you back to the center, because when you're going, I said this before. When you're looking to, people are gonna get tired of hearing it, but when you're looking to the future, that's when the anxiousness comes into play.
Oh, and I got a lot of that, dude.
Yeah, that means you're looking like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Like, when am I gonna get it? Because then you become impatient, and then the impatience turns into anxiousness.
Yeah.
So then, but if you're looking in the past at shit you did in the past, maybe you don't feel good about how you handle the situation or whatever. If you keep looking at that shit, then you're gonna get depressed. So now, if you're doing both and not being present in the moment, guess what's gonna happen? That's where the miserable comes from.
And this is the only second time I'm going to say this tonight.
It's actually the third. I'm counting.
Okay, so the third time I said this, Jared Smith, you are correct, and I will stop pointing at you. No, but I just want everybody out there to know that I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be doing this show with Jared, even though he, badgers me and, in private, which is fine.
I badger you.
Well, and you badger me on this show. Yeah, and that's fine. And you're allowed to do that because you're my friend. And that's why I allow that. Because
I know a lot of people probably look at,
like you're bullying me?
Yeah.
You don't bully me, dude.
I don't call it bullying. It's more, I don't know. I grew up in sports my whole life.
Yeah.
Like playing on organized sports, basketball, baseball, football, all that shit. I'm the All-American. Like,
yeah. I was gonna ask you something.
I'm used to that. I guess I got that from my coaches. Like how I am when I know someone is capable of doing more, but they're just flat out not doing it. That's where the seemingly bullying comes from. It's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's just trying to let the person know that, hey, you can do more.
It's funny you say that is because who used to do that and try to teach their staff all the time the same thing? This guy right here.
There you go.
It's like watching a depressed high schooler come in because his girlfriend broke up with him and he doesn't want a salsa pizza. And it's like, well, man, I need you today. And, I've had to have those conversations with kids, man.
I need you to come off the bench, bro.
Yeah. I was like, look, man, I said, I know whatever it is you're feeling right now, I know it sucks, but like right now, like you're here with me. I need
that fire jumper.
Yeah. Like you're here with me and I'm going to need you to give 110%. And if you can't give me 110, if you can only give me 30, I'll be your other 80.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
I hope everybody caught that. I'm not going to say it, but
so I'm just telling you right now. So, because, baby, I'm a thug. Anyway.
Well, we know you're not good at math.
110%? Oh, fuck, dude, I did. No, wait, 110 minus 30 is 80.
No, you said 100%.
No, I said 110.
Oh.
I was initially going to say 100, but, the saying is, okay, we fucked that up. Okay. Anyway, put it this way, Jared, if we ever did this show and you're given, and you can only give me 40%, then I'm going to give you 60 because we're talking about 100%, okay? And vice versa. So I get it, man. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to be this, and that. And, I know this is like kind of a different show for us today. But I just got to get it off my chest, man. I really, really do. Because I'm sick of not saying anything. Like, I say so much sometimes, and it's nothing. Because sometimes I even beat around the bush. Because when I get direct, I get extremely direct.
Well, then what the hell am I when I get direct?
You're an asshole, sir. and that's completely fine.
I'm sorry, I'm direct.
Well, that's okay. I want you to be direct. And then sometimes when I don't do it, it's like, well, fuck. How would Jared handle this? And then I think of like,
don't do that.
No. I really don't think that, by the way. But I know who I am and what I'm worth, and I know what I've accomplished. And sometimes I get in my own head and think no, you didn't do this, or not even that I didn't do this. It's like, it doesn't matter. It did matter. I've changed people's lives. I've helped people, a lot of people, believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you one more story, and we can get off of this topic, and we can talk about, my underwear if you'd like.
No.
Okay, well, I'll talk about my underwear later. So I went to the Abyss last night, known as Fast Eddie's or Revolutions here. Yeah, I know. I walked in there, and I felt ashamed. But I walked in nonetheless.
Did you come out of there smelling like an ashtray?
I was in there for like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes.
So you smelled like an ashtray when you came out of there.
I mean, I smell nice. I think I smell pretty decent now, but I did bathe earlier.
I was going to say, did you not take a shower?
I did shower. Dude, I could be out all night if I have to wear the same work uniform, which I kind of did. I changed my drawers, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
You got to shower. You got to wash all that funk off you and all that other shit. So I go into Fast Eddie's for no reason in particular. I sit down at the bar, order a nice tall Budweiser on tap.
That place looks so grimy, man.
It is, but I mean, everybody's in there just kind of doing their own thing and they're chilling. So I mean, it's like a dump, but like it's nothing but like decent vibes in there, like, or at least the last couple times I've been in there. All right,
I don't go. It smells like shit.
It does. So I sat down and there was a guy sitting next to me, and I was like, I know this guy. He's a young man I actually went to high school with. I won't use his name or anything. He was 2 grades below me when I want to say maybe a sophomore. Nah, when I was a junior, he was a freshman.
That's how math works.
Okay. And I took an elective class. I took peer mediation. Okay.
Here we go with the peer mediation.
All right, hold on. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
And I took it as an elective. I was like, oh, easy class, easy A, blah, blah, blah. I actually learned a lot in that class because I was going through a lot at the time, in high school. And that's, something I could talk about later or never or whatever. But, I've talked about it on the show. We've talked about, I used to be a very big writer. I did poetry. I've done, I've written stories and all. I enjoy that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. At that time, it was like my vessel. Okay. And this young man, and this is when I used to rap because I'm still good at it, by the way. Maybe one day I'll let you guys hear it. Anyway, so he looked over at me. He said, "Hey, what's up, RJ?" I said, "Hey, what's up, man? So-and-so." He said, "Hey, man." He said, "I want to tell you something." I was like, "What's up?" And he said, "You remember back when we were in high school and we were in that class together?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." He said, and I'm not even lying this, like making this up at all. He said, "Hey, man, I want you to know that you inspired me to write and to be open and honest and this, and that." He said, "Because what you did I thought was fucking cool." And he said, "I still do it now." And then he played me a couple of the songs that he's made and some of the beats he's made and all this other shit. Because unfortunately, he lost his older brother in a car accident, around the time we were in that class together. And I told him, like, "Hey, this is how I vent. This is how I dump my emotions out." And he still does it. And he said, he looked me dead in my face, dude. And he said, "You don't know the people you affect in your life." He said, "I know you've had a rough life, and I'm sure other people have as well. Don't get me wrong." He said, "But I'll never forget that." And then he said, "Thank you" to me. And I was like fucking shocked. Because 1, I'm kind of drunk. And 2, I was like, this is the most random kind act. I was fucking shocked, dude. I've never had anybody approach me and say that to me in my life. Ever. And it was fucking cool. And I paid my bill. I said, "Hey, man, I'll see you around." I shook his hand, and I came home. And on the way home, I'm sitting there and I'm driving. I'm like, and I think it comes full circle with everything I've been dealing with. It's like, I've done this, I've done that, but I don't feel like shit. That guy is happy because apparently I helped him. That's fucking crazy to me. That's legitimately fucking nuts. Not in a bad way, but I've just never been told that by anybody in my life, and it was cool. And so shout out to that gentleman. He knows who he is. But yeah, man. So it's okay to
Don't say it.
it
Wait, worry about.
well, I no, actually, I don't know what you thought I was going to say.
Go
I was going to say it's okay to be kind of down in the dumps sometimes. It's not a bad thing. It's normal. But the thing is about pulling yourself out of the dump and washing the fucking stink off you. And sometimes when you lay in the fucking dump too much, you get used to the smell. And you don't want to get used to that smell because it smells like shit.
You guys see what a haircut does for you?
Do you know what it is? I think it's the fucking cut, dude. It's like
I told you that before. How many dog like?
Oh my god! Why is this?
I don't say shit.
This is happening.
I don't say shit just for fucking my health, bro. I legitimately think about shit that I think about shit.
I think about shit too. I mean,
and I'm an analyzer. Part of my personality is analyzing. That's why I can see patterns. That's why I can fucking. I don't say shit for no reason. Basically, I don't. It's hard to explain what it's like. If I'm telling you something, I'm not telling you for no reason.
I know that, but it's my willingness to listen.
Or if it's something that I say and it's like, bro, it's probably something that I went through. And I don't want to say give myself credit for this, but I had somebody tell me one time at my old job that I was very wise, and I was like, the fuck? I never thought about that. And she was from Africa, so like I believe it when like because they believe in all that shit like wisdom and.
No, I think honestly, man, some cultures have it like in terms of wisdom and knowledge and just like the way they view things is like 10 times better than American culture, like 10 times. And I
would say 100 times.
Yeah, well,
American culture, to be honest, in all honesty, I love America, but our culture is shit.
Yeah, and you serve this country.
We don't really have culture. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with my patriotism or anything toward my country. It has to do with our culture compared to other cultures because we don't really have culture. Everything that we have comes from somewhere else.
That's right. That's
So
100% correct. Man, we are deep in
I'm
the sink of
dropping
think.
bombs, baby.
We are deep in the sink of think here on
And
the
look,
Mad Scientist.
and all you motherfuckers, hey, you're not American. Fuck you, because you're not looking at reality. The reality of it is, this country was built on killing, pillaging, raping, and fucking stealing. Those are the facts. If you don't know, look in your history book. Now, we all had to take U.S. history and even though it doesn't have all the real history in there, we all had to take that in school. So that's the reality of life, people.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man. And I agree with that, dude. Honestly, as as somebody who's obviously, I'm not. I mean, I'm like cultured to a sense. You know what I mean? Like with like my family and my roots and everything. I mean, come on, man. Like you know what I eat, man. Like I make fucking pasta salad. I make pierogi. All that shit. Yeah, because it's in my value in my family and this and that in the things that we do or the things that we say. But at the end of the day, it's like we're Americans, but these values are not American at all. They come from somewhere else.
What's an American value? Like, I'm asking legitimately because I don't know.
You know what's crazy, man? Neither do I. Neither do I. Besides blowing up fucking shit on the 4th of July.
And everywhere else. Well,
yeah,
it's not just us.
Hey, can you put the camera on me? You know what else is American? Wrestlemania. All right. Sorry. I had to do it. But yeah, I think that we have gotten to a point like with this show and to where we're at and what we're trying to do and just like, we live in such a time of uncertainty now with what's going on in the world. And like, I kind of shut it off, to be honest with you. It's a lot of it's nonsense.
That shit, shut the fuck down. I don't pay attention to any of it.
It's terrible, dude. It's absolutely fucking terrible.
You're just compounding whatever's going on in your head with whatever is going on in the rest of the world, and it's just unnecessary. And I do blame it on, and I'm guilty of it. I wish I could stay off my fucking phone, but it's hard. Actually, one of the hardest things that and drinking are my two biggest addictions.
Yeah.
I don't fucking do drugs. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking. I don't know. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said that, I guess, scrolling through your phone, like the addiction to it is somebody
It's a
that's
dopamine.
Yeah. Well, there's the dopamine effect, obviously, but they said it's like somebody who's like addicted to like heroin. Like they literally compared like the I guess
way
your
your
brain
brain-
your brain reacts and does that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if you
it's just like sugar.
yeah, but I'm not I really not, as I've gotten older, like sugar for me is not really, I don't need it. Like I don't drink soda. Like I rarely drink it now. The only, you know what all the sugar I get from is from all the fancy ass drinks that I get sometimes. All that fucking sugar in the liquor, whether it's Fireball. I know I'm saying this out loud. Fireball, you. Yes, I'm a basic white bitch.
There's a comedian who has a joke about people who drink Fireball, and I started thinking about all the people who drink Fireball. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say what it is because we got some Fireball drinkers that watch this show.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, do you know the funny thing about drinking Fireball, man, is that when I initially started drinking it, and I can't even remember how it happened, or a lot, some people say, "Oh, I hate the cinnamon taste."
Wasn't it called something else before, or was it?
Well, no.
It was a different brand.
It was a Goldschlager.
No. Before or after Goldschlager, there was something before Fireball, or just before Fireball. I can't remember.
But regardless, I don't know how I fell into it. But do you know what it is with Fireball? Despite the taste, if you hate cinnamon or you can't stand the smell of it, it's an easy shot to do.
I get it. I just don't like drinking car coolant.
Well, I work at a dealership, so maybe that's why I like
ethylene glycol. Look it up.
I also
another fact about ethylene glycol, which is radiator fluid or antifreeze, whatever you want to call it.
Your radiator's leaking. $1,200.
The reason, like, if you've ever seen if a car's leaking if you've ever seen it leaking, if you've ever seen it leaking, you'll tend to see animals like dogs or cats go over and lick it up, which it can kill them because it's a chemical.
Yeah.
But they lick it because it's sweet.
Yeah.
And that's what the sweetness from Fireball is.
No, I know. And again, it's just, I don't know how I started drinking it. And it's not.
I know how you started drinking it. I can tell you exactly how you started drinking it, but I won't say it on here.
That's fine. You can tell me when we're just rolling around in my car.
You know how.
He's right. I do know.
He's a friend of he's a fellow Wrestlemania fan.
He should be a wrestler. Well, actually, no. Like, we were doing that. I think I was doing that before I even met him, to be honest with you.
Oh.
And don't shoot me, but I hope you're down there having fun, sir. I know you're having a blast.
That's not who I'm talking about.
Oh. Well, I hope you're still having fun, and I hope you're having a blast.
Across the street.
Oh, yeah. That's my motherfucking guy, dude.
Yeah, I told you.
That's my motherfucking guy, dude. Please bring me back a shirt. Have Stone Cold sign your head or something, please, for the love of God. And then touch my forehead so I can feel like I was there. Anyway,
womp.
I know. But, I prefer dark liquors. We'll do Jameson. We'll do Hennessy, or not Hennessy. Ew.
He likes his liquor like he likes his women.
I like dark women.
Oh, I know.
And dude, ain't nothing wrong with some chocolate, bruh.
Oh.
Anyway.
You sure you want to be saying that right now?
No, but I did. No, I like all women, but there's nothing like a.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm trying to keep you from trouble.
I'm already in fucking trouble. It's okay. Might as well just add to it. Might as well dump all the trash out at one time.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll do Jack or JMO or just some off-brand stuff. Like, we'll do tequila every now and then. I know you're not like a super big tequila guy.
The fuck? Who are you talking? What? I just don't drink it because I don't drink cheap tequila.
You know what's crazy? Now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever actually seen you drink tequila.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Have I seen you drink tequila?
What do you think's in margaritas?
Well, yeah, a margarita is one thing. I just mean like a shot of something. Like, that's all.
What do you think when I get a margarita? Why when I like for at Chewy's, I always get a fucking extra shot.
Yeah, last time we were at Chewy's.
If it was cold outside, I wasn't drinking margaritas. Obviously,
Nah, it's seasonal, like the pasta salad, by the way.
yeah. I drink tequila. I don't drink cheap tequila. So
I don't blame you because, dude, like
cheap tequila tastes like shit. Good tequila, ooh.
Yeah, no, and I don't drink clear to begin with. I don't like vodka. I don't care for gin.
Not all tequila is clear.
I know that.
Okay.
Like I'm 100% aware of that. But I kind of associate it more with clear liquor just because the ones I tend to drink are.
I can drink too much of it. That's why. And then like I'll be sitting and I won't feel anything, and then I'll get up and go somewhere, and then boom,
bam,
and it's like, yeah, no. So I stay away from it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I tend to, depending on what tequila, like I can drink Patron. I know it's not like
Patron,
super.
it's not a super cheap one.
Yeah, no, I know it's not the fanciest of tequilas, but I can drink Patron no problem.
There's levels to tequila though. I mean to Patron. There's bottles that are like $60 a shot.
I believe it. But I was gonna say is like generally if I drink tequila, like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get angry.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's part of what I was saying. Like, I'll be cool when we're just chilling, and then something may set me off, and then it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about tequila, dude. Like, it just does that to me. And, I can drink the brown all night, whatever.
Yeah,
and
you drink brown?
Yeah, like the crayon.
Brown, huh?
The brown.
He drinks the brown, ladies and gentlemen, just like he likes eating ass.
Speaking of eating ass.
No, we're not. No, do not. Put it down.
But I don't want to.
I'll put it down.
Oh, fine. You're no fun.
I-
So since I can't hold it up, I will say, if you want to come over and eat some ass, please join us here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast while I wear my burglarizing turtleneck.
I don't think that works.
What, asking people to come over and eat ass?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like asking people on the show to come over, because if they're not even watching the show, we've had people who don't watch the show come over, but that's only because we asked them personally.
This is true. But I was just making like a PSA, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it is at the end of the day.
I know what I feel like it breaks up everything unless we know what topic we're going into next. I don't think we should just
Yeah, well, I mean, it is
because people will be in like this. I'm torn on that, to be honest, because there's such thing as called pattern disruption. That works. It's a marketing thing, but like if we don't have ads, so it really wouldn't necessarily matter.
okay.
But I don't know. I'm just
throwing it out
thinking
there.
off the top of my head.
Well, while you're thinking off the top of your head, if you can, the camera is on me. What all of you need to do out there is you always, and please, if you do not mind, you should like, share, comment, and subscribe. That little notification down there at the bottom of your screen, especially on YouTube, just click it. It's only one finger push away from every Monday, at some day during the day Monday, you will be blessed with the presence of Jared and myself talking about, stuff and things and, and whatnot. It's important. It's important to us. It should be important to you.
And whatnot.
And you should be, what you shouldn't be doing is driving in your car, sitting in 95 traffic, stuck at a light, blah, blah, blah. You're bored. Your woman hates you. Your kid's crying, blah, blah. Take the stress off of your life and listen to us. Please. It doesn't hurt. And you're always welcome to reach out to me and Jared. Say, hey, you know what? Your show's pretty cool. I'd like to come over. You're always welcome to come over. Just make sure you treat my mother with respect, or she will hurt you. Terrible.
And make sure you show up and don't fucking say, "Oh, you're gonna come." Like that.
I have to agree with Jared.
You'll never be asked again. I guarantee you that.
I have to agree with Jared. If you're going to come over, just come on over. It doesn't hurt. We do not bite. I might bite. I know Jared won't. But, just come on over. Hang out with us. Sit with us. Parlay with us. Drink this new Glarus Brewing Company.
That shit's almost gone, so I don't even say that.
Oh, yeah. Oh. and it was given to us by a good friend who will not be mentioned on this show.
All right, RJ. Jesus Christ.
All right.
You keep doing the fucking same thing over and over again.
Well, yeah, it's a shtick. It's it's a shtick.
Oh, I thought sticks were supposed to be funny.
I'm a funny guy.
Did you think that's funny?
I don't think it's funny. I think it's well deserved for a gentleman who came over and gave
No,
us.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh shit! My bad. Sorry, I'm listening.
I don't even know anymore.
It's okay. You know what I don't know anymore? I knew what I wanted to talk to you about. So you know what I watched last weekend? Last Sunday when I was recuperating with my IV in my arm in my room?
No.
So I downloaded Paramount Plus, okay? And what I really wanted to watch...
speaking of that, I got to catch up on Picard.
I'm going to start watching that because, again, I'm not a big Trekkie like you, but I do enjoy it, and so I'm definitely going to peep it. I watched the first episode of the Halo series.
Oh.
And I will say this.
Oh, you mean the show that was made by people who have never even played the game? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, hold on. I was going to get into that. Yeah, I don't think anybody's more aware than I am. I will say this. I actually, for the most part, enjoyed the first episode. Okay, if you're a Halo fan, you know the lore of Master Chief. If you've read the books, any of that stuff, you know the Chief. So this apparently takes place in a quote unquote different timeline, which is kind of tied and true. Like, to be honest with you, like with the multiverse and everything that superheroes are doing. I actually enjoyed it for the most part. There was a couple. The big thing, and I'm not giving any spoilers away because if you watch the first episode, you'll know. Master Chief, also known as John Spartan, he took his helmet off, and we saw his face. And I've been playing that game for 20 years, and I've never known what that guy's looked at.
Is it Bokeem, what's his name?
What's his face's brother?
Wolbine?
I believe that is correct.
I know his name, but I can't fucking say it.
So he took it off, and initially, I went into watching this with a super open mind. I was like, okay, I have no expectations. Either this is going to be really horrible.
Woodbine.
It's going to be really horrible, or I'm going to think it's all right. And I thought it was okay. Like, the action was pretty good. The story they're trying to tell isn't too bad. It has potential. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. How the series ends up, I don't know. But it had a lot of little Easter eggs in there, and obviously being a fan, I noticed them. I enjoyed it. But when he took his helmet off, I was sitting there thinking, why the fuck are they doing that?
Because they have to personalize it.
They do. And I did some reading, and that's one of the reasons they did do that, because it's a different side of the Master Chief. And they're just kind of gambling with lore.
The more you talk about this, the less I want to watch it. Because it just sounds. I already really don't fuck with Halo like that.
Well, then I don't think you'll like it.
But I understand it. I've played it before. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm not as deeply enthralled in it as you are.
Well, I'm only being nitpicky because I'm, like you said, I'm a diehard.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, so you're gonna be nitpicky.
Yeah, but even me being nitpicky, I still thought it was pretty decent.
Being less of a fan is probably not gonna like it at all, because even though I'm not as deep, I still know what the story is.
Yeah.
So
but there is potential. I think it has the potential to be a pretty decent show. And again, I went in with no expectations whatsoever, because it's like, okay, video game to film adaptations are all terrible. That's the Super Mario Brothers movie.
The other reason I don't want to see it, because I know it's going to suck.
Yeah, that's the Super Mario Brothers movie, even though it's an all-time American classic. There's the Max Payne movie. There's a ton. There's Double Dragon. There's as much as we love the original Mortal Kombat movies, for what they are. I mean, they're not good films in terms of. I mean, that might be one of the better ones, but I already knew what I was expecting, which was nothing. And I watched it, and I was like, you know what? That wasn't that bad.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
I watched Moon Knight, the first episode of Moon Knight today, and I must say, I am very impressed.
Okay.
I'm not going to give any of it away. It's on Disney Plus for everyone who doesn't know. Moon Knight is a Marvel character who I never heard of, but when I heard it was coming out, the series was coming out, I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. First episode was pretty good, though.
All right. So something for me to check out tomorrow when I'm recuperating before I watch WrestleMania Night 2. Okay. But what else? Do you know what I did watch? And I was a little hesitant to watch it because I knew either I was going to either really hate it or I was going to be like, it is what it is. I watched the new Terminator movie, Dark Fate, with, Arnold's return.
Wait, what? Which one?
It's the one with the chick Terminator, like the newest one. Where Sarah Connor comes back and Arnold's in it and all that stuff. Came out.
What was it? What did you call it?
It's Dark Fate. Or wait, is it Dark Fate?
No.
Wait, or is it like Twisted? No, it's not Twisted Fate. New Fate? No, I'm almost positive it's Dark Fate.
I don't think so because I saw it a while ago.
Anyway, so I watched it. I wanted it for the nostalgia purposes, obviously. I mean, come on, man. It's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. Like, can you go wrong? Probably, but why not? And it's Dark Fate. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So I'm not tripping.
I didn't remember the title. But
so anyway, it's basically, it erases everything after Terminator 2, and it's like a direct sequel, for lack of a better word, where Sarah and John Connor are, they prevent, the Terminator from killing him, Skynet and all that other stuff. John ends up dying anyway. And I'm not getting, these aren't spoilers. This happens in like the first 5 minutes of the movie, by the way. And now there's another young lady. They send another Terminator, which is like a hybrid of like the T-1000 and the original Terminator model. And I'll tell you, the effects and everything, I know Terminator 2 is going to go down, obviously, as it is one of the greatest action films of all time, if not the greatest one. And the effects during the early 90s, well, they shocked the world. The new, I guess, evil Terminator, he had I can't think of the sub name for him. He was pretty badass. The movie itself,
I forgot what his.
The movie itself was okay. There was a lot of, they kind of humanized Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that other stuff, but he had a lot of those cheesy one-liners that he has in there. And I got a chuckle out of them because it's like, okay, I like that. I understand what they're doing with that and whatnot. It wasn't terrible, not great. I watched it. But as a Terminator fan, as a big Terminator fan, it's like, I didn't go within super expectations. I either knew I wasn't going to like it at all, or I was going to be like, meh. And I was kind of like, meh. But there were a couple moments where I was like, hey, this is pretty fucking cool. But the story is a little... It's good, and then it's kind of got some parts where I'm like, I don't think that's necessary, but it is what it is, and whatnot. So if you haven't,
movie came out in 2019, you're just now seeing it.
Yeah, well, dude, fucking one, I didn't want to go spend money on a Terminator movie because I knew
the fuck.
I didn't. I
will always spend money on a Terminator movie.
I would, but there was probably a reason.
The only reason I didn't do. The other ones I didn't spend money on because all the original people weren't in there. Like having Sarah Connor back, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's
the main reason I really wanted to see it. I know they have Terminator Salvation, and then there's like the one before that.
I've seen all of them.
No, I have two.
Christian Bale's and
that's Salvation. Yeah. That's really not too bad, man. Like,
no,
but
that one wasn't. Wait, it was the other actor. He was an Avatar guy.
No, I know exactly who you're talking about because he's the fucking Terminator, dude.
No, yeah.
He's
he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he finds out he's a Terminator.
Yeah, he finds out he's a Terminator. Yeah, he's like, "What are you?" Bum, 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 bum.
Is that Salvation?
Yeah, that's Salvation. Yeah, that's Terminator Salvation. Yeah, but obviously the first two are by all means American classics in cinema. Whether you're
the second one more than the first one,
yes, and that is a fact. Some sequels are better than others, or than their originals. Excuse me. and whatnot. Here, what's his name? It's Sam Worthington. That's his name. Sam Worthington.
Christian Bale, Sam Worthington, Moon Bloodgood. Oh, yeah,
is that her name?
Yep.
She's kind of hot.
She is hot. You've never heard of her? Oh,
No.
Bryce Dallas Howard's in that. Oh yeah, she directs some of the Star Wars series shows.
Can you click on a picture of her? Because
Bryce Dallas Howard, bro, we talked
No.
about her before.
No, I meant Moon Bloodgood or whatever.
Oh my god, here he goes.
What? I'm just saying. Hubba.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She's in what else is she in?
Oh, she's on the cover of Maxim. That's awesome.
Yeah. She's also in a show that I just watched. Now I can't remember. Not Falling Skies, I do remember her in Falling Skies.
You know, it's crazy. I don't think I've ever.
You're tripping. If you're about to say what I think you're about to say, you're insane.
Yeah. I don't
You
think
can't if you're a sci-fi fan and you have not seen Falling Skies
I feel like
with
no, dude. You know what's crazy? I have seen this shit, but it was no. Yeah. I have seen this
it's
show.
one of the fucking best sci-fi shows ever, hands down, bro. Like, I'm trying to think of. Let me name off a couple. Name a couple other sci-fi shows.
What besides Star Trek?
We got Star Trek, but that's obviously
we got Stargate. We've got
Stargate.
what's another good sci-fi one? Fuck, dude. You know it's crazy.
Well,
I don't.
when I say sci-fi, like I don't know. I took a class in one of my humanities for college was sci-fi, or science fiction, if you want me to say the whole thing. One of the best classes I ever took because I got to. I'm trying to find my fucking mouse here.
Would you consider Lost sci-fi?
Lost is sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean that's a real good one for me.
But then, so I took this class, and like we had a book that we had to get. It has a bunch of short stories. I still have this book. It used to be in my old basement.
Okay.
I used it on the toilet because there are a bunch of short stories. So like if you're taking a shit, you can read a quick sci-fi short story real quick.
There's nothing like taking a dump, reading something.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But the whole point of the class is we got to watch like old sci-fi movies, like I'm talking black and white, and then we had to compare like what technology exists today that was in the sci-fi movies, kind of to compare like what they thought the future would be, and if we have any of that stuff now, which a lot of it we do.
You know, it's funny you say that. I look at the Jetsons, man. And wait, no, this, yep, all right. So, and it's like, or we all have that idea of like we know like. So put it this way, it's like if you look at a movie from like the 70s or the 80s or anything, it's like, oh, this is what the future is going to be like in 2015, and it's like way different than what we've obviously lived through. It's like, but this is where people's minds were at the time and thinking of the way technology is going to develop and
No,
the way they see.
I see where you're going.
I might not be explaining that well, but
No, I see what you're saying. But my point is like the films that we were shown that we had to watch. I mean, we watched them for various reasons, but that was one of the questions that we had to answer. Is like this specific movie is the close, even though it was done in the 1950s or whatever. Is the closest, the technology is the closest to what we have these days.
I see. Okay, I got you.
So you had to compare what's there. It's like, yeah, some people are way the fuck off. Most aren't. Minority Report, there's some pretty wild shit in there, but we have a lot of that. I mean, scanning your eye and all this other crazy shit. And then Star Trek, they had the Next Generation. They had the little tablets they would have.
Yeah.
When that show came out, there was no such thing as an iPad or a tablet.
Yeah.
But they have that. They had that shit back then, and I was like, "Yo, I want one of those." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I still don't have one today.
Well, hey, man, beggars can't be choosers.
And the original War of the Worlds. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think I've actually seen the original, dude. I'll be
Original
honest, I don't.
fire.
Okay,
It's kind of cheesy because it's
dated.
19. What was that?
It
60.
was the 60s. I thought it was like in the mid 70s. I mean, well, it's in that.
It was color, so it had to be 60s/70, early 70s.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen the original. Obviously, I've seen the Tom Cruise version, which I think is.
I've never seen that one, only because I've seen the original, and I'm like, I don't want Tom Cruise to ruin this for me.
No, actually, I think
Actually, no, I did see it. I'm lying. I did see it.
No, I don't really think it's a bad movie at all, to be honest with you.
It wasn't better than the first.
Okay, well,
as far as story goes, I don't think it was better. Than
okay, well, I mean, something for me to take a peep at.
And all those were written. Was that L. Ron Hubbard? I don't know. I don't remember who wrote that, but that was originally either a short story or a book.
No, it's based off a book. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the L. Ron Hubbard, right?
Here, let's take a look. But that I knew. But I remember when the Tom Cruise version came out in theaters. Again, being in high school or out of high school and being a movie buff, it's like any new movie that came out, I would always go see it. I would hang out with, I'd go with a bunch of buddies, and it was like the thing to do on like a Friday or Saturday night, man. Like seriously.
Here's another thing I like that was cool for me for that class is seeing. Oh, this is images. I don't want that. Looking at the art that they did back in the 50s and I guess probably the 40s too. Where is the original?
It's kind of crazy. 2005? God, man. I can't
Nah, son. I'm talking about
no, but I'm just saying, like, I can't believe even that movie is that's like 17 years ago. It's crazy to me. See, War of the Worlds. Hold on. It says
1953.
Damn, we were off, dude.
What?
Like we were like saying 60. Yeah,
no, because I remember seeing one because television, color television didn't come around until 64, 65-ish.
64? Nintendo 64? Greatest console ever made.
Oh my god,
it is.
But don't confuse people because 1964 and the 64 and Nintendo are totally different.
Yeah, I understand that. I just wanted to throw that out.
64 bits is what the Nintendo was, not. Don't do that. You're confusing people. Anyway, so
maybe they'll know.
I remember seeing this also. They had redone this or remastered it in color. It was the same original footage and everything, but I remember seeing it in color. But yeah, like all the original, like this shit, fucking, I love this type of art, man. Like this shit right here. Like
it's very authentic looking.
See, color by Technicolor. I told you, they redid it.
Here, scroll over, I guess, to the next one, so we can see a little more of these images.
H.G. Wells is the one who wrote the book.
Okay, so we've got some.
What am I scrolling from?
Or the little arrow button. Just click over.
I don't think there are any other images. Oh, this is just.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like
this
continuous art from the film or something.
This is Wikipedia, sir.
All right.
You know how Wikipedia works? I don't think you do.
I don't, because I've only used it like 3 times my whole life.
But yeah.
Excuse me, folks. I didn't mean to yawn.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sorry, I had to yawn. My bad.
Yeah, like, I'll just see if I can find some more. Yeah, this is, I guess that's the book. But yeah, like when they colorize it, like I just like all this shit, man.
It has a very gritty look to it.
These aren't something like shit like this. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fire because that gives me nostalgic ass vibes. Like
that's the style I'm talking about. Like that 1950s.
I mean, even comic books. They were designed. In this type of manner. Obviously not by the same person, but like the art style,
or even shit like that.
Oh, I think I like the other one better, but that one's dope too because that screams vintage as well. Yeah. I think that might scream vintage a little more, to be honest with you.
A perfect place they have this type of shit is the Alamo movie theater in their hallways. The one in Woodbridge. Have you ever been there?
I've been there once. I've only been there once.
So if you look in the hallways, it has all like old movie posters on the. Probably didn't even pay attention to it.
No, dude. At the time, I was younger.
And to be honest, that kind of reminds me of a lot of that stuff too. I think that's why I like that one a lot.
Well, I mean, that's still a super dope ass, picture we got there from our good friend.
Yeah.
And
Shout
what-
out to her too.
yeah.
She came out to the show. She specifically came over. I came out to support you. I'm like, oh, well, thank you.
Well, me and Jared need to do you a favor, and we need to come see you and be supportive to
Well,
you.
first of all, don't speak for me.
I need to come see you. Jared is obviously throwing me under the bus with the wheels
I'm
spinning
not throwing you anywhere.
at
You
100
throwing
miles
me under the bus.
an hour while he's driving it, and my lifeless corpse is going to roll down a hill into a river where I'm going to be cast into the ocean and eaten by sharks. I think Jared agrees. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 129. Yes, 129 episodes of this here. Yeah, hell yeah. 129 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist.
It is the pizza.
Yeah. Look at me fucking stuttering and fumbling. We will see you guys next week. I will have a complete review of Wrestlemania weekend. And if you are a fan, tonight, Saturday, April the 2nd, you will
It'll
see
be over by the time they see
the main event. You are going to witness the Texas Rattlesnake open up a can of whoop ass. And on a personal note, real quick, happy heavenly birthday to my buddy Charles. I love you. I miss you every day. And this is a Lucky's for Life thing. Long live Jeffrey Aguilar. We miss you every day too, brother. All right? So we will see you guys next week. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and be safe. And I will not wear my burglar turtleneck.
All right, you're done talking for the day.
Shut up.
Peace out, y'all. Oh, next show, April 12th, Tuesday at Shooters in Springfield. Come out.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot, open mic night, comedy night. The last two shows have been fucking pretty awesome. I hope to keep the ball rolling and expand this bad boy.
Our balls are rolling.
Oh, Jesus. That's on that note, we're out, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
The merit scientist